Hey everyone, this video is mostly about AWS ECS guys. So let's get into the video. So let's see what is AWS ECS. ECS is an Elastic Container Service. Okay, Elastic Container Service. It is a container orchestration environment, guys. It is completely managed by AWS, which is like AWS ECS is completely managed by AWS, which is created by the AWS for the container orchestration environment. Okay, so let's see what are the components of ECS. Okay, so these are the components of ECS. So ECS is very simple, guys. Simple to maintain. First thing is cluster. Cluster is nothing but logical grouping of our tasks. So it is the overall cluster is this so overall group which is going to maintain the logical grouping of tasks. Inside this cluster only will be having service, tasks, and all. So this is the meaning of cluster. And what the next we will see what is task definition. TD refers to task definition. Task definition is nothing but a blueprint of task, guys. So in this task definition only, we will be going to configure how many containers we need to run within this task, and we will be mentioning that Docker image, which Docker image need to be pulled, and we will be configuring the network configurations for this task, guys. So this is the task definition, which is like just a config file of how the task should look like. Okay. Next we is going to see task. Task is nothing but an running instance of task definition, which is like whenever we start the service, a task will be created. The task will be created based on the task definition. What we are configured in the task definition that will be created inside the task. Okay. If we configure two containers, then two containers will be created inside the task. If we configure three containers, then three containers will be created inside the task, guys. So this task is controlled by service. Okay. If we mention that we need two tasks, then two tasks will be created. If we need the three tasks, then three tasks will be created. Like so, managing the running task is a service, guys. And then we can also define on how many tasks to run. Okay, as I mentioned that if you need two tasks or three tasks, that can be managed by service, and this then it will be created inside that service, guys. So we also configure the service with the load balancer. Okay, to route the traffic, because whenever the task get it automatically auto scales. If you configure with the auto scale, then it will be auto scaling. So that ID that within the task, we the containers have a different ID, which is an IP address. So to route the traffic, we will be having the service. Inside the service, the task will be running, and the IP address will be configured with the task. If you mention two tasks, then two IP address will be there, guys. So accordingly, the IP will be different. Only we are attaching this load balancer with this service, and the service will take care of the task, guys. So this is how this is we will be creating the ECS with the task and task definition. And let's see what's the drawbacks and advantages. Okay, let's see what's the advantage of ECS is it's easy to use, because simple to use, which means that there is no in-depth concept like a Kubernetes. Okay, it's very easy to create, like we will be having a cluster, task definition, task and service, so it is easy to create and it is simple to use. And it is seamless integration, refers to it can able to integrate with any number of services within the AWS, guys. So we can able to integrate easily with any number of services. So that's only we are using the seamless integrate. And then we can see lower overhead, because in the Kubernetes we need to take care of the n number of services within this Kubernetes, but even though there is no need of anything, that because the AWS ECS will be going to taken care of the all the things inside which is running in the background. Okay. And cost efficiency refers to, compared to the Kubernetes or EKS, ECS is very low cost. Okay, so that's why we mentioned that cost efficiency. Okay. And then the drawbacks of ECS is it's tightly integrated, because it's completely created by ECS and it will be only used within this ECS, within the AWS. So ECS is tightly integration with that AWS, so it cannot be able to integrate with another cloud environment like Azure or GCP. So that's the drawback. And another drawback is it has smaller community. So Kubernetes is a open source, so you will be having a n number of options or futures. So, but ECS is an managed by completely managed by AWS. So we'll be having a smaller community. So we'll be having some few features only. So this is the drawback of ECS. Let's see how we need to create a ECS. Before creating the start creating the ECS, we need to have a first need to create a cluster, or we can start creating the task definition first. So this is based on your point. If you are creating the cluster first, then you will be creating a task definition. After creating the task definition, you will be creating a service or updating the service. If you created the service, then you will be going to update the service. After creating the service, you will be configured the task. So after creating the task will be created and containers will be running. Okay. So this containers will be defined inside the task definition, guys. If you want to create one container, then you can able to create one container. If you want to create multiple containers, then can be configured with the task definition. But mostly best practices we should create. Best practices is one container for one task definition. Okay, this is the best practice, guys. Also, while creating a service, we'll be asking two options. One is easy to, another one is forget. If you are choosing then easy to, then you need to take care of the server, guys. You need to take care of the server logs, everything. Okay. If you are going with the forget, then it is a serverless. AWS will be completely taken care of this. We need to just configure this. Completely taken by AWS. Okay. So this you have to choose which one you need to going to create with this ECS. Okay. So this is what you need to know about ECS. Okay. Thanks for watching this video.